Okay, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm your host, Tony Ray Harvey, and we are live down here in the southwest part of Sacramento. Peace in. Let's get right down into it. Okay, the Sacramento Kings, they lost their sixth game in a row tonight. They lose to Los Angeles Lakers 132-122 the day after Mike Brown was fired. So the team is now 13-19 on the season, 7-7 on the road, and the Lakers, they improved to 18-13, and they are 10-4 at crypto.com. And they sweep the Kings this season 4-0. Including the last two that was at Golden One Center during a 5-game loss there. 5 straight game loss there. Yeah, so that's basically where we are tonight with the debut coaching. I really can't call it the debut. He has coached before as fill-in basis, but Doug Christie is at the helm now, interim coach at the Sacramento Kings, and more than likely, he'll be there for the rest of the season. The Sacramento Kings are in some serious trouble. Some serious trouble. I do wish Doug all the best in trying to do whatever he can. And what's left of his coaching staff, I think it's still intact. The only movement is Doug has been elevated. But it's going to be tough in these next, 50 games? Yes. It's going to be really, really tough. Really tough. As we all know, within the past, what is now 36 hours, I would say, Mike was fired right after having, a presser with us at the practice facility. And we had no indication that anything like that was going to occur. And he leaves the building, he jumps in his car, he's on his way to Sacramento International Airport, and while he's on his way, he's en route, he get a call which basically says, your services are no longer needed. After about 2 seasons, 2 and a quarter season being here in Sacramento. Yeah. Sacramento Kings are in some serious trouble. That's all I have to say. Now, before I get back into the game details, because I, for one, really do respect Mike Brown, and I do wish him well. Matter of fact, he don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Someone probably picked up the phone and called him and said, hey, you need anything, give me a call. He got a job. He will always have a full-time job. He's only 54 years old, and he may get another head coaching job. Who knows? All right. This one in particular that started off with a bang did not work out. But Mike is a good person. He is a good person. But what I do understand, when you're in that position, it's a high pressure position. It really is. And it's a high pressure position as far as winning. I think when he came in here, he said all the right things, and he did all the right things. Somewhere along the lines, the wheels start coming off. But I do respect this man. I don't care what anybody says, okay? Because, for me being in this position, for whatever reason, me being in this position and the experience that I have, okay, I know when people like to be divisive. Okay, and I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about anything else, okay, because I do respect this man, okay? And I can also say this too, black folks, we operate in a whole different different way, okay? If we have something going on, all right, we can mend that out. we can make it happen. Okay, because I don't hold no grudge against anybody. I really respected the work that he was doing here. And now he's gone. Now he's gone. So, hey, salute to you, Mike Brown, and whatever you got going on right now. I know you're trying to sort everything out, okay? As far as I'm concerned, you know, when you get in these situations, sometimes it's a blessing. And I'm pretty sure you'll see that. It's time to move on. It is. So right now, I think what needs to be in order that the management, and I'm talking about Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox, trying to give Doug Christie the best support that he can get. And if that means, you know, a trade or anything to help him out and put him in a position so he can win, put him in a position that he can land that job, put him in a position that will increase the confidence in the Sacramento fan base, that needs to be done. Whatever can be done, you know, to hold this thing together. Because right now, this organization has hidden an iceberg. Like, I'm going all the way back to 1912. It's a Titanic, okay? And it's slowly sinking again. I'm covering this team. I'm into my 23rd year. I've been covering this team for 23 years, and I've seen a lot that has happened in this organization. I've been a part of a lot of things that's going on too, but I'm only down there just to report. But I've never really understand anything like this that happened the way that went down. That was pretty much unprofessional, disrespectful. And I also has to say, it had to be personal to fire Mike like that. When that iceberg hit, it hit hard. I know things been going on, been lingering on for the past, you know, for the past month. I know they were on the losing streak, then they went on a three-game winning streak. Okay, now they're back to losing, and this is the longest stretch, probably in a couple years, couple seasons. And it had to end it like that yesterday. Okay. I'm talking about the Sacramento Kings organization. I'm not talking about any other thing that happened in history or how people got fired. Anything like that. I'm talking about this organization. I've seen every firing here and hire here since 2001, 2002. Yes, I have. But this totally is, it was not dignified. Basically, it wasn't. I have to speak out on that. And also, we did get a press release from Monty McNair, so he's taking full responsibility of this separation. Cool. All right. There could be some other decision makers in there, you know, who was involved too. That's not really where I'm going with this. You just put yourself back out there, okay? You put your bumper back out there. I'm not going to cuss. You put your bumper back out there for everybody to see and say, this is the Sacramento Kings. This is what goes on in the city of Sacramento. This is what goes on in the city of trees. This is what goes on in Sacramento. If I sit down here for an interview, a head coaching job, GM, whatever, assistant, ball boy, whatever, okay, will I get fired like that? Would I get my walking papers like that? Would I be shown the door like that? Okay, I want the job. I want the contract. But hey, what? And not to mention the national media. You know they all over this. It's not going to stop. Okay? There's people coming out the woodwork. So I'm watching YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and I'm seeing some wild memes out there. And it's all targeted at this city, at this sports organization. If it was done more in a dignified way, okay, all right, you're going to get some backlash, but that was not right. And until I found out and get more information why it was done like that, because that's the question, why it was particularly done like that, okay, this is all I have to go on. I didn't really know that, the man was on his way to the airport when he got the call when Mike Malone, who was fired 10 years ago and 14 days from Sacramento Kings, had mentioned it during one of his pressers, where he said, no class, no balls, quote unquote. I was at the practice facility yesterday. I was in the scrum yesterday. I leave the building. I'm in Midtown, about to go pick up some seafood. I had to pull over with all these notifications. Mike Brown's fired. What? Wow. And I explained a little bit, with some members of Chatty House. Peace out to y'all, man. I love all of y'all. Manny, Tasha, Dave, we had a nice hour and a half, almost 2 hour discussion talking about this whole ordeal here. I mean, when we talk about the Sacramento fans, hey, and they got questions too. They had questions too. A lot of them that I couldn't answer, some that I could. That's where we are. That's where we are. But that was, I believe it was Dave or Dave or Manny who said it. That was numbing. I was numb when I heard that. And especially the way the rest of it played out. If that's the way it played out. Yeah. And I'm just saying this because of the organization, okay? I really respect doing this job, okay? I'm down there to do a job. I'm not down there because of me. Okay, I'm down there because of 3 other entities that credential me and give me the opportunity to be there to cover this team. Okay, my other main bread and butter, California Black Media, I cover politics. So I've been covering state politics at the state capitol, all the activities that surrounds the state legislature. Okay. That is a privilege too, to be around there and working with those lawmakers, as well as working with the sports organization, coaches, players, trainers, and people just at G1C. I really respect what I'm doing as far as sport, and we not get it wrong, okay, as far as what's going on in the state capitol, that definitely affects people's lives. We're talking about entertainment when we're talking about professional sports, or college sports, or high school. We're talking about entertainment. Okay? Escapism. I love it. Okay? The wins, the losses, the bad guys, the good guys. Okay? The agony of defeat, the thrill of victory. Love it. Loves covering the Sacramento Kings. And I really respect a lot of people, the higher ups. You catch my drift. But how many times this organization is going to put itself in a position, okay, where it is the laughing stock of the country? How many times is that's going to happen? Now we have another revolving door as far as head coaching. And I do hope Doug is able to hold on to this job. We have to see how that's going to play out. Okay? And as far as I'm concerned, the way things are going down, okay, I'm quite sure Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox is on the clock. Because everybody who's, sharing the blame is definitely those two. And I respect them as well. I really do. Okay? And I don't want them to get fired. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm not going there. Okay? They have jobs. They have families. They're established here right now. Okay? They're probably on the phone right now as we speak, trying to work out some things. Good. But when we talk about accountability, okay, I would like to hear that from you guys too. All right? Some level of it. And I also like to know, why was this man fired the way he was fired? Why this man was fired the way he was fired? Why was he dismissed the way he was let go the way he was let go? I don't want to be sitting here talking about this. It took me a couple hours, to try to understand what was going on because I didn't want to jump the gun. Okay, I knew there was firing. That was it. All right, I was at all 5 games. Okay, I was there in the media area, right off the concourse, when De'Aaron Fox fouled Jay Ivey for that 4-point play and ended the game. Detroit Pistons scooted up out of here with the victory. I was here. And as I was telling Chatty House members, I was standing up those last 3 minutes because you could just feel the suspense, the tension, the excitement, the electricity of the crowd, all of that. Sellout crowd. People had to hit the exit with a loss. And yes, there were some bulls, as it were in the Indiana Pacers loss on Sunday. So yeah, folks. So the Kings, they lose this 6th straight loss. The first 5 was at home. Now it's 1 on the road. They will return back here Monday, December the 30th, where they will play the Dallas Mavericks. And then they will play Philadelphia 76ers on New Year's Day. It's part of that 3-game homestand. They're including these 3 games. They got to go through a gauntlet. These next 10 games, I'm talking 1932 New York Yankees murderers row. Tonight they gave up 2 40-point quarters. LeBron James didn't even play. He's out with an illness. Austin Reed, when I'm talking about somebody who was generating offense, this man was generating offense. And I can tell you what he did. He had 26 points, 16 assists, 6 rebounds. 9 for 16 shooting from the floor. Made 3 of 4 in 3-point territory. 5 of 8 from free throw line. He did all of this in 42 minutes. So when I'm talking about someone who was generating offense, this man was doing just that. Okay. Anthony Davis led the Lakers with 36 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists in 38 minutes. 11 for 13 shooting from the free throw line. Yeah. Max Christie, he's turning out. He's developing to what they want him to do. You know, he's definitely a defensive stopper too. Okay, he did have 1 block. That was against De'Aaron Fox though. But yeah, 16 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 of 8 shooting, 32 minutes. Okay, Rui Hachimura. I wish the Kings had gotten him a couple years when they probably. I know there were talks about it. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Okay, 34 minutes. Okay, and Dalton Connect, the rookie, who everyone thought was going to go high in 2024 draft, he had 18 points off the bench. 6 for 10 shooting from the field. 2 for 5, 3-point territory. Made all 4 of his shots from the free throw line. Probably had more than, just about more than what the Sacramento King bench had. No, I think the Sacramento King bench did a little bit better and stuff. So, okay. All right, De'Aaron Fox led the Kings with 29 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 block. 12 for 25 shooting from the field. He missed his first 8 shots before he hit a 3-pointer, so he was 1 for 9 in that category, and he was 4 for 7 shooting from the free throw line. Malik had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Domantas, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. 25 minutes because he got in foul trouble, and eventually he fouled out. Fouled out early in the fourth quarter. DeMar DeRozan, I'm thinking that he's healthy again. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Well, you look here. The Sacramento Kings had 4 people with 7 or more assists. DeMar had 7. Domantas had 7. Malik had 7. And De'Aaron Fox had 12. The starting 5 is still intact. It's still there. Still there. But this game really came down to defense. I mean, you gave up 2 40-point quarters. So, hey, there's nothing really else you can point to. That's just where it lies at. They had 38 assists, 38 nines. But there was 11 for 40 shooting behind the arc at 27.5%. 51% overall shooting from the floor. They made 50 of 98 shots. Okay, off the bench, we did get 11 points from Keon Ellis, and we got 9 points from Kevin. Okay, so that's 20. They had 29 points. The bench had 29 points. So basically the bench had 4 more points above their average. They're averaging 25. They came to the game averaging 25.2, which is 28th in the league. The starting 5 is intact. So whatever can be done, I mean, with a trade or anything, whatever can be done, what Doug Christie can do to improve this, there's still time. And I still believe that they can do. I'm not giving up on this team. But they're in trouble. But I'm not giving up on this team. There's still time. And the reason why I say that, because you still have a strong starting 5. If you can work out some things with that bench unit and play a little bit better defense, okay, you can stop this streak, at least stop this streak. At least stop it Monday at home. It might be a sellout crowd. Okay. So yeah, the Lakers had a 40-31 lead after the first quarter. They were down as many as 11 points. And the Kings did come back, and they were up 60-65 at the half. But in that third quarter, they just fell apart. 42-24. They let the Lakers, drop 42 buckets. They were up, by the end of the third quarter, they were up 107-90. And the Lakers went up 20 points early in the fourth quarter. The Kings were able to come back. They cut it to 6 points, 123 to 117 on the basket by Fox at the 3:49 mark in the final frame. But the Lakers outscored the Kings 9-4 the rest of the way. So that's it. And also, I'm still looking at the same thing. Length, athleticism, length, size, defense, 3-point shooting, and 3-point shooting, defending the 3. Because, let's get this right. Make sure we got this right. The Lakers made 14 of 26 shots beyond the arc, 53.8%. They shot 59% from the floor. 46. They only took 77 shots. They only took 77 shots. The Kings took 98. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's basically where we are right now. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to come in, anywhere between 1 through 5, the last 5 games at G1C. Couldn't do it. Just waiting around to see what was going to happen. Because it was exploding. Bombs was going off everywhere, especially that Indiana loss. When they were up, they tied. They were 52-52 at the half, and then they just let go of the rope totally. Well, that's probably when they hit the iceberg, and Indiana outscored them in the second half, 72-43, 70-43, 70-43. But there's still a lot of basketball left, folks, and I'm definitely gonna leave it at like that. Okay. This is painful. It really is. On top of being frustrated. Okay, and I'm just talking to, I'm basically editorializing everything. It's just a commentary. Because when I get back down there Monday, it's all about being objective. And I can just put my subjective perspective to the side. But it's bad. It's bad. Okay? And you can't do anything. It is what it is. You have to move on. You got to hope for the best. And I really do hope they surround Doug. Not only, seems like they're going to keep this coaching staff intact, but see if we can work out on the personnel. All right. De'Aaron had 29 points tonight. I'm not giving up on this brother either. No. Okay. I'm not talking about trading him or anything like that. Okay. I would like to see him, make a serious comeback while he's here. One thing that we learned about that practice, that infamous practice, I have to say, that presser yesterday, that Keegan did say that De'Aaron stepped out and addressed, the issues of that play against Detroit, against Ivy. Okay, so he addressed that whatever way, whatever form or fashion he did. And he needs to do that too. But now we can just try to move on from that. It's definitely going to be etched in everybody's memory bank. But now we can just move on and see what's next. And it's a lot that can be done here. So yeah, folks, yeah. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in for another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm your host, Tony Ray Harvey. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like button. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. I really appreciate it because I love whoever comes through and view these podcasts. It could be 20, it could be 30, 40, 60, 100. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate your time. Now, let's try to get back to things. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Maybe somewhere on this 3-game homestand. And hopefully we'll have some better report commentary. Well, yeah, as we move along. And my last thing I want to say, I am not giving up on this team. This is a dark moment right now. Oh, I ain't gonna say a dark moment. It's just a really bad moment right now. It's not dark. It's just a bad moment. Peace.